Hi everybody, my name's Steve Estrada and I'm the Wellness Director at Élevé Health. I'm here with Dr. Nick Delgado, and I had the privilege of meeting Nick a few months ago. I was doing some research on our PEMF system, and so I reached out, I gave him a call, I discovered he's in my backyard, and I said, we've got to talk to this guy. So I came out on a Monday evening, we spent about 3 hours together, we had a tremendous conversation. I wanted to share with you that I found out Nick and I grew up in the same neighborhood, adjacent cities. I was in Rosemead, I think he was in El Monte. We played for competing Pop Warner football organizations. We also played and attended high schools that also competed. So I said, hey, we've got to talk. And then I also dropped a bomb on him that, hey, I worked with Tony Robbins. And Dr. Nick has worked with Tony extensively. So we got together and we decided we wanted to get to know more about what he does for our company, Élevé Health. And I just want to kind of turn it over to Nick here to tell us a little bit about his very extensive background.
Well, sure, Steve, it's exciting to share with your audience because to me, helping people from a corporate wellness perspective and an individual basis is hugely important, particularly from a preventative medicine standpoint, because so many people wait till they get sick and they have health issues. And of course, I have an undergraduate degree from USC in psychology, and I went on for postgraduate work in health science at Loma Linda University. I've done a lot of extensive work with the American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine. I'm a medical correspondent for over 26,000 physicians around the world. I'm told I'm the 4th most followed in the world. But you know, the exciting thing, Steve, is that what we're doing is we're going through with my colleagues, and I say colleagues because I have many peers and educators and scientists and doctors, and so I depend on their team. Some of them have 12 full-time researchers who comb through the medical literature on the latest advancements on preventative medicine, lifestyle medicine, energy medicine, and anti-aging. And so when we pull this collective data together, it's a massive educational library that really, even if you did a Google search, you rarely would find this really detailed information. More importantly, the step-by-step of how-to. So for me, when you first found out about me being involved with QRS and pulse electromagnetic frequency, I was along with understanding more about energy medicine. I was looking at what can you do to improve the immune system? What can you do to help to recover from an inflammatory standpoint? Because as we age or we have injuries, we do sustain inflammatory issues. And so I looked at the QRS as one of, what's called pulse electromagnetic frequency, because there are bad frequencies and there are good frequencies. So we want to have the body really kind of readjust itself. So think of our organs as batteries, and they lose their charge. And so we want to kind of recharge those organs because those are the most potent in terms of having a better immune system, combating the risk of or the prevention of cancer. And if someone does develop cancer, we need to understand, or heart disease or diabetes, these chronic diseases don't just happen overnight. No. These are things that really require ongoing daily attention and lifestyle intervention. With energy medicine, of course, you and I have looked at and utilized hyperbaric oxygen therapy.
That's right.
You know, Élevé is really leading the world in getting this technology out.
Thank you.
It's exciting to see people like John Jones and some of the UFC fighters and NFL players. And of course, I was out there at the NFL Combine with you guys.
That's right.
And talking to the players.
Right.
And most importantly, when someone does sustain an injury, is there a novel way to maybe, prior to having to undergo the surgeon's knife, maybe we believe that people can, our own healing mechanisms, releasing stem cells, utilizing peripheral blood, locating those superheroes in the body, and concentrating over 18 million of these stem cells and re-injecting them to localized sites. The other thing that intrigued me was you have the low light laser therapy. And of course, one of your colleagues and mine has looked about the science and developed a bed where you can lay on, and simultaneously, essentially, you can engage in other therapies and treatments. But the beauty of that is it does release nitric oxide. And my colleague, Dr. Nathan Bryant, is doing some pilot studies on this right now. He is confirming that this marvelous molecule has the ability for the white blood cells to build up its immune system. It has the ability to reduce aging as we understand it, and really reduce what we call free radical damage, which is kind of the core of some of the tissue breakdown that experiences with various chronic conditions. So I think that the idea is there is no single solution for each person, but in a wellness program, we, through simple questionnaires, through identification of specific tests, whether it be blood, urine, or saliva, and being able to look at these tissue samples and finding out, are you at an optimum range, rather than just waiting till you develop into a disease condition. Because when we optimize each individual, their performance is better, their energy is better, their work productivity goes through the roof, and lost sick days can be a thing of the past, because we're all experiencing concerns about the flu. We hear, of course, about the coronavirus, we hear about pandemics, and so the containment idea makes sense when there's an outbreak, but what are you doing on a daily basis to build up the body? And I think this low light therapy treatment is incredible because it simulates like the frequencies of red and blue light that help build up a person's immune system. There's absolute proof of killer T cells, white blood cells activating under these conditions.
Yeah, that's why we're here today, because when we talk and when we've had a chance to talk in the past, I am overwhelmed with your knowledge. But I do want to share with our audience out there that our company is going very aggressively into a corporate wellness model. And what Nick is talking about is at the foundation of it. We want to help people figure out where they are, how are they doing today, and then what we can do to help improve that situation. And it's going to be about lifestyle, so we're going to be able to rely on experts like Dr. Nick Delgado to show us how we can determine what type of protocols, what type of programs are best for the folks out there to get them healthy and then to keep them healthy going forward.